Hello everybody, how you doing? Welcome to Coins That Are Not Bitcoin. Almost daily. Wait, wife is sending messages. No, she wants to buy stuff, so I just say no all day long. Doesn't matter what it is, just say no. No to new stuff, because too many stuff, makes you unhappy. You know the saying, you should not own more than 7 stuff. Do you remember the commercial? It was from 20, 30 years ago. You should not own more than 7 stuff, because if you own more than 7 stuff, the stuff starts to own you, and that way. Before we start, I got Android hacked. Some guy called Brutal, totally broke. I got my Android hacked. Android is not a secure device, guys. It is pretty much legit right by now, and so be sure. And he had he tried withdrawing funds from my exchanges, failed to do that. Authenticator was also on the same device, but he couldn't withdraw, probably because he didn't he was a little bit stupid. He knew how to hack, but he didn't know he didn't have entire gameplay up there. Because email authentication, so he didn't have his email. After trying several times, he just used everything in derivatives and liquidated it all in one go. More than half of PF gone. So the guy, the hacker, whoever got into his Android, it was a bad person. It was bad. I mean, why would you want to just liquidate everything for for somebody if it doesn't make any sense? That's just crap. But Android, guys, at least use 2 phones. If you have, buy cheap Android phone to have a, authenticator on, that might be the case. Haven't seen that, happening on iPhone yet. So, until iPhones gets hacked and stuff like that, there is that. Now, I think iPhones are a lot more secure than Android, and the reason for that is that Android are a lot more open and a lot more, have more options to, implement stuff and stuff like that. Add stuff that iPhones are by default more secure, because everything they do on iPhone and create, it's easy to keep inside their ecosystem. That said, Bitcoin, we have both good news and bad news. Bad news, we dumped. Good news is we didn't dump more than we dumped. So there is that. How you guys doing? The beauty, what's up, man? How you doing? Rome, yeah, exactly. Christopher, morning. How you doing? This is getting nervous. Yeah, it does. It does. We did fail to hold above 10-20 moving average. Right now, fell through that. So are we gonna do this move down over here, and then it break even that, and then do this move down here, and then break even that, and then do this move down here? It all kind of depends. It all kind of depends. But this is kind of bad. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that. We're also gonna look at, of course, coins that are not Bitcoin. And I have a plan a little bit to what to do, because we're gonna keep on doing this video coins that are not Bitcoin videos, because altcoin daily is taken, so we cannot use altcoin daily. So we're gonna use coins that are not Bitcoin. Let's get the RSI down to 36 and Bitcoin down to 27.5. Yeah, what is the RSI right now at? 44, 41 all the way down there. Previous bottoms were 36. Yeah, 36 was period bottoms. But weekly time frame up here, it went down to 50. Right now it's at some kind of 57 levels. 57 levels. Now the weekly, there is the weekly, some kind of weekly, it would seem to be some kind of weekly divergence. But on daily there is no, sorry, on two weeks there is no weekly divergence up here. There is no weekly divergence on the 2 week up here. And that's nice and all. And I thought also we could look today at what are some bad indicators that might tell us that we are going to go down, because we always search for bullish indicators, bullish patterns, bullish this, bullish that. Let's see like what is wrong with the charts, and try to figure out whether this is gonna be good or bad. Right now, the good thing about it over here on the 2-day time frame is that we got this very nice doji up here above the 10 moving average, and right now we are pulling a little bit towards downside, but we still got 11 days left. So this can just go a little bit down and then it'll straight back up again. We don't know how it's gonna be play out, but the doji is very nice. The 2-week doji is very, very nice. You know, and weekly, there is no weekly doji up here. We just got 2 candles, but we got on 2 weeks, we got this doji, very nice doji down here. So that's a little bit bullish, but you know, we're gonna try to look for bad signs that for whatever reason this might go towards downside. Yes, crabs in the bucket. Sideways. How you doing, man? Crypto Unicorn, what's up? Cold Crypto, good morning all. 28.8 again. Yeah, might be that. We're gonna see that. I end up in a whole different rabbit hole when I search for blue whale. Anyways, I'm back. Blue whale, I don't want to go into that rabbit hole. Feeling great today. That's nice. So, the coin that is actually Bitcoin, the Bitcoin coin, did fall down through the support yesterday over here, right? We see that over here we went up to the 50 moving average, we pulled back, we tried to hold this level, broke down, right back up again, failed that, and right now we are below that again, which is kind of, you know, kind of bearish. I gotta tell you that this kind of bearish. We are still on the weekly time frame. We still haven't broken the support level. There are you know, 2 support levels down here. The one down here is 29k, is still holding, and then we got this at 29.2 over here. And we broke that. So if you look at the daily time frame up here, we are in that zone right now, right between 29.2 and 20k. So is this support gonna hold? Because we did, you know, first move down into the zone, pull back, then we did second move, try to break that zone towards downside, pull that, and right now we are for the 3rd time into that zone again. And you know, hitting this, you know, a lot of times can often indicate there's some kind of weakness and that we might drop below that level. So that's one of the, you know, bearish things that are on the chart, and that this might actually, you know, play not in our favor. Now some people might say this actually a bullish, because you know, we gotta you know, some kind of inverse head and shoulders pattern over here. Is this inverse head and shoulders pattern? I mean, this is quite crap inverse head and shoulders pattern. I mean, doesn't matter how you look at it. All right, over here, something like this, right? Might be, you know, some kind of bullish sign over there, but it is kind of crap, right? There is on the weekly time frame up here, the other bearish sign on the weekly time frame is this 10 moving average over here. The 10 moving average, and you can see up here that we tried to break that towards upside up here, but we kind of failed, and right now we are pulling back towards downside. Now we are still, you know, we're still above the 20 moving average, but we are failing to, you know, get back above the 10 moving average up here, because we are already on the downside. That's another one of these bearish, you know, indications that might play not in our favor. Like we said on the weekly time frame, not on the 2-week time frame, but on the weekly time frame, there is divergence up here. Technically there is no divergence up here. As well, and it's just pulling back towards the downside, so I won't say that. But over here on the MACD, there is actually a bearish cross. So we had this first bearish cross over here, and then we had second bearish cross, but these crosses are not actually that bad. What is bad is that we have been going very fast towards upside, and then we lost momentum, we try to regain momentum, and we are doing this curvature, right? So oftentimes you will see on MACD, or even, you know, the moving averages, some kind of moving average going something like this over here, and then it tries to go, you know, towards upside, and again crosses towards downside, and you know, it kind of slows down, and then, you know, loses space towards downside, and then it goes towards downside, right? It loses space. Let me try to find, you know, one of these bearish over here. For example, if you look at moving averages, but let me find somewhere where this actually happened. Let's go to the daily time frame, so maybe we can get some, you know, more interesting over here. For example, right, you can see up here, you know, you extend, you go down, you try to go up, and then you fail to go towards downside again. Doesn't have to go to a lot towards downside. You can always climb back, but this kind of, you know, moves where you extend fast and then try to go higher, and then you just kind of fail, and then you pull back, right? So we are looking at that, and that's also a little bit bearish when it comes to, you know, looking at the MACD. MACD on the weekly time frame over here, so I will consider that bearish as well. The levels, when it comes to RSI, the levels are not bearish. We are above, you know, 50 levels up here. They are not bearish, not even over here on the 2-week time frame. We are not yet, you know, we haven't created this uptrend over here at the top, so we are hitting this resistance level at 57, something like that. So that's all, could also be a little bit bearish. Let me go a little bit more back in time, find some kind of, you know, some kind of chart. Let's go to the logarithmic chart up here so you can see this nicer. So these 60 levels up here, you can see up here when we started going towards upside, you know, these 60 levels needs to be broken to get this move towards upside, right? Over here, we went all the way up to 70 levels. But on the 60th level, we had a pullback up here, just up here, when we had this pullback and we pulled back. And you can see up here, after that, we have been holding, you know, below these levels, 60, 70 levels up here, 60 levels up here on the downside. And that's, you know, sideways motion, pullback motion and stuff like that, right? But right now we are at, you know, these, you know, 60 levels up over here. That was some kind of top up here just when we hit 60 levels and pulled back. So is these 60 levels going to pull us back, or are we going to actually, you know, manage to do the move towards upside up here before we go? If you know, every single time we try to do this, you know, we did every single time go up to 70 levels beside this one up here. But, you know, after a little bit while, we actually went towards upside over here. So we need to see, like, I would say that that's bearish until it's, you know, these 60 levels on the 2-week time frame are broken, but we are not quite there just yet. You'll also see that on the 2-week time frame up here, there is, you know, we are crossing the zero line, but the momentum is losing pace, right? So we have been going towards upside up here. We're going, you know, ever since over here, we've been going kind of sideways towards upside, but we have been losing momentum. Is this momentum going to pick up again up here towards the upside? That depends to be seen. But I would say also the losing momentum down here is a little bit bad, right? So there are definitely some kind of bearish indications up here. You can also see here that we've been losing momentum ever since, you know, this top up here as well. So we are losing momentum towards the upside. Losing momentum is not a good thing when you are trying to go towards the upside. You want to be increasing momentum towards the upside. You don't want to be, you know, losing momentum towards the downside up here. So I would say that's also a little bit bearish when it comes to that. So by looking at these things, you know, these indicators, they are telling us a little bit that, you know, just maybe we might be a little bit bearish. The monthly RSI sits here at 50 something levels, and we are still not above this, you know, 50 levels towards the upside. And you always want to be above the, at least above the 50 level. Technically, we are above the 50 level over here, but you want to be ranging in the upside. You know, you don't want to be ranging in these low levels down here. Something like this, you know, you don't want to be ranging down there because that's a downtrend. That's a downtrend. So you want to be ranging up, you know, up here somewhere, right? You want to get above these levels. So are we above those levels or not? That depends to be seen. The big line up here, of course, the trend line over here that we had down here at the very bottom, that already broke, so that's kind of bullish. But we had a big, nice uptrend up here. Let's go a little bit down to, you know, weekly time frame and see if we can actually draw the trend line over here. On the weekly time frame, the trend is still intact. I mean, technically it is still intact, you know, and I don't want to pull from over here and then you just pull some random line. You know, we are not crypto safe. We don't do these kind of things over here. So it goes over here from whatever place, maybe in something like this up here, maybe there's some kind of fake out up here, and then it pulls back and it goes towards the upside. But we don't have any clear move. Over here we had a downtrend. Let me see up here if this downtrend is broken. So this downtrend over here, when it started going towards upside up here, pull back and still pulling back over here, but we are still in this downtrend when it comes to the RSI, right? So there is this RSI down here, you know, we are still in this some kind of downtrend over here. You know, you pull the line over here and up there. We're still in this downtrend RSI move that's still happening. So we still haven't broken the RSI, you know, lines towards upside. So can this pull more back? Definitely can. And of course, the fact that we are right now, you know, going below the 10-20 moving average up here is also, you know, a little bit bad. So there are definitely reasons why this, you know, could drop even further towards downside. The one thing that I don't think is bad is this, you know, head and shoulders pattern that everybody's talking about. I don't consider this head and shoulders pattern, so, you know, we won't talk about it. So I won't say that that is the, you know, worst thing on the charts. But there is definitely some kind of, you know, some kind of channel over here, give or take, something like this over here. There is some kind of channel up here, and you can see maybe if this is the correct channel up here, we are on the midline, something like that, and this can for whatever reason bounce. But as long as it does this, it can actually continue doing this for a long period of time. And I would say if this channel over here breaks towards downside over here, that is bad. That is bad, and that is losing all the strength in the price. So unless, if we break down, if we fail to get the right back inside that again, I'm considering this is pretty much game over, right? So I'm looking at these levels down here, 28 something down here, 28.1, 28. You can also see on the weekly time frame, this is actually at 28.5. Going below 28.5 on the 20 moving average, that would also be very, very bad down here. But we gotta wait and see how this is gonna play out. So there is bearish indications on the chart that could play out, but I am refusing to become bearish just yet. I might be wrong on this one, so there is that. I could be wrong on many things. There are definitely bearish indications that could be on the chart, but I refuse to be just yet bearish, because it is just not time just yet. And pull this up here and something like this up there, and then this one up here. Let me see how this actually looks. No, this one is not it. It's got something like this up here, down here. Maybe something like this over here, down there. No, this doesn't look as legit as this one over here. I think this one looks very nice. What is it? Maybe this, something like this. And then top line up here, where do we say? Something like this up here, give or take. Yeah, it does look very nice. So, give or take. Milan can draw better lines. When Milan comes here, he'll draw the line. He'll draw the channels for us. He'll draw the channel for us. But can we pull more towards downside? I mean, definitely can. Now, Bitcoin is down minus 0.2%. Altcoins are still, creeping down. Some altcoins are creeping down more than other altcoins. This is Anchor. Anchor went down 5% yesterday. Technically, it went down 10%, but it went down 5%, and right now it's down another 5%, so it goes 5% by the day. Casta is down also 5% again on the downside. Yesterday I managed to pull back, but it's still continuing towards the downside over here. Right now 5% again towards the downside. Herbar is pulling back big time from the resistance level up here. It failed to break this major resistance level at 75 up here towards the upside, and it's pulling back right now 9% towards the downside. It's still in an option, so they're all good and dandy until the Fed these things, of course. Up here, right? All good and dandy until the trend is still intact. But the fact that this big pullback is happening, it kind of depends. Where is the line up here? You can see up here we got too excited about the line being broken, and technically the line is not broken just yet, right? So the line is not broken just yet. Up here there is some kind of line up here, is a rising wedge up here. Try to break up here towards the upside. Up here it pulled back. This is on the weekly time frame. On the daily time frame, this did manage to break a little bit above, try to go up, and then right back inside this rising wedge again. So it could have been some kind of fake out up here. Let's look at the volume up here. There was huge volume on the breakout, but the volume is failing right now. It's pulling back, which is not actually a good sign. Which is not a good sign. But the trend is still intact, give or take. So will it eventually, is this, secondary, option to buy before it goes? I don't know. We can check that out a little bit. But yeah, altcoins are definitely, crapping their pants, and they are down by a lot. There's, what is this? Dynex, I don't know why, but it's down 18% today. Yesterday it was down 10%. Day before that, down was 12%. It dropped 20%. This is so volatile, man. Is this on Bybit? Today is down 20%. 20%. Don't mind the lines, but there is that. I need a little bit of coffee. Stanko, we are so effed. Paradoxically, problems. I want that my shorts play out, but I don't want to miss Milan for 1 month. True, very true. Are we shorting Rune? Yeah, what is up with Rune? Rune's been pumping yesterday. It's still pumping to the up there. Are we shorting Rune? No, we are not shorting Rune. Let me see up here. It is coming to some kind of topish, move up here, but it is very, very... The trend is not broken yet, right? The trend is not broken yet. This trend over here is broken. Then it went a very fast speed, you know, trend up here. Technically, the trend is not broken just yet. It could be some kind of top up here, top-ish up here. It might be in some kind of top up here towards the top. It is very, you know. It is very. Is this line up here more legit? There is a huge difference on the 4-day time frame. Let's see up here. Daily there is nothing. We don't even have a pullback. It is just going up, but you know, it is above the 50 moving average over here. It's trying to pull back, pulling up. Let's see up here. 2-week time frame above the 10 moving average. There any lines up here at the top? This actually broke monthly. Well, monthly it is breaking, but monthly it is monthly it's not it's not closed yet, right? There are level of resistance up here at the top. 176. It is important on this one as well. So these two levels are very important. 76 to 86 are important levels. You know, it is very, very close to those levels. So the big question is it gonna hit those levels? Let me see on the weekly time frame up here. I mean, this 68, because we tapped that, so we hit that right now, and we got, you know, these stops up here. But is it just gonna stop over here at this level up here at 60, 68? Depends. Let's zoom out a little bit up here. So upside move, the way I see it right now, because it is exploded too much already, is 17%. 17%. And extensions should be high up here. I mean, the extensions are, you know, this is daily extension, so it is getting very, very extended. This entire, you know, bull market up here. And right now you'll see down here on my indicator that these levels do not happen that often, right? These kind of levels do not happen that often. Let's put the lines up here somewhere. And this one up here, give or take. I don't think we need to go this far back, but what you're gonna see up here, I think these indicate some very violent moves up here. Very violent moves, right? You can see up here that once we did something like that, these kind of levels, this pull back. This move up here actually came all the way up, but this was already going up slowly. It was climbing up slowly towards the upside. So this move was climbing slightly. This was just, you know, very fast move towards upside. Depends also how fast it does that, right? Over here we did that. Big fast moves, but it, you know, it didn't drop down. It actually went towards the upside. This also went towards the upside. This move up here also continued going towards the upside after that move. So, you know, these overextensions does not have to, you know, mean that we are at some kind of a top or anything like that, because it can continue towards the upside, and the trend is not broken yet. You know, that's the most important part. Six hourly, yeah, but 6 hourly, you know, up here it on the 6 hourly went 96. I mean, daily is sitting at, you know, 91. But I don't like to look at, you know, these RSI levels as indications that something is, you know, very high. I would like to, you know, look at, you know, trend lines and figure out whether this is, you know, it is breaking trend or is not breaking trend. What is doing, right? So let's just clean everything up here so we can see this a little bit better. Maybe it already broke up here, because over here it went pretty fast and it just continues up here going towards upside very, very fast. So from this level there are a couple of lines up here. I think it's coming very close to some kind of top, but you know, whether it's right now, time and place to short, I'm a little bit unsure, right? Because this upper limit up here should be shortable, right? But you know, the fail that, you know, it did 2 tries up here at the top, failed to get to the resistance level. Right now you have this line over here, might be the channel up here, right? Because this bottom and this top up here. Yeah, that seems nice. So there is a channel over here right now, but it's going very steeply towards the upside. But it's in midline of that channel, so either at the top of the channel up here is a short, or up here is a short. But you know, it can just start dropping from over here, because it already tapped 2 times this line on the top. So you know, there is that. So a little bit unsure, but it is coming to some kind of very high levels. And like we just saw, the resistance level up here, it was tapped, and the monthly down up here is not that far off. So the big question is, are we gonna go all the way into these levels up here towards top? I mean, we can technically do that, like something like this up here, right? You can also do something like this up here, and then, you know, pull back. So is the rune short right now? I mean, technically, as long as it hits resistance level, you know, those are shorting options. So there is that. I think the only opportunity in this bear market are low cap altcoins. I got in a couple after doing some research, and boy, I'm happy. Nice. Chart short BNB about to throw massively, bad news incoming. You need a teapot. I got a coffee. I don't have a teapot, but I got a big teapot with coffee inside. Yeah, what's happening with BNB? BNB minus 1.27%. Weekly time frame up here. Let's pop these lines up here. Let's remove this because this is a long time coming. It broke the 200 moving average up here. It failed to do that. Right now it's coming down to the support levels though. At least these support levels. This is broken. This is getting broken. This is on the weekly time frame, so technically it's not broken. You can just create one of these weeks, right? You just can create one of these weeks, right back up again. But you know, there is a lot of fear going on right now. There is a lot of fear going on right now, and when it comes to BNB and everything else, and liquidity levels up here on the chart. You know, the liquidity up here, there was a line up here that we are looking at, right? And this chart up here right now, it is broken, right? So it is definitely broken. The big question, and there was a triangle up here, and this triangle broke, right? So you could say this is some kind of, you know, pennant up here, and then pennant is, you know, targets, you know, towards downside down here. You know, it's gonna go down to 170. I don't know about that, but you know, that's another, you know, 20% down. So is everything gonna drop 20% right now? Is everything gonna drop 20%? A little bit unsure about that. The liquidity down here, I mean, once it starts breaking this 2020 level, I think, you know, there are a lot of people who put a lot of, there is a lot, I would say that there is a lot of liquidity to be gained from these levels, right? If it comes to BNB, right? So if BNB drops down another, you know, 5 to 10% towards downside, I would say this, you know, because of this week down here and this week, so there is a lot of, you know, liquidations levels down here. Now we're never going down below those levels and blah blah blah. And there is a stop loss up here and stuff like that, right? And there is fear levels once we hit that box, right? So if you go into the box down here, I think that that might be some kind of bottom down here. If that does happen, 210 to 220 up here, I mean, these levels down here might actually serve the purpose of picking up liquidity for BNB and then going towards upside. You need a teapot. Yeah, there we go. Anyways, guys, I thought actually to do a longer video over here, but unfortunately I have to go to the bathroom, and I think it's gonna be a long stop in the bathroom. So we're gonna end it over here, and we're gonna look at, you know, what we're gonna look at maybe tonight a little bit more on Bitcoin and what Bitcoin is doing and what other coins are doing and stuff like that. But right now I really have to go to the bathroom, so I cannot actually concentrate on doing anything, and I don't want to just take 5-minute break. So, you know, because we're streaming for, you know, 30 minutes already. So thank you for stopping by. See you tomorrow. You know, looking at coins that are not Bitcoin again. And you know, have a nice day. Bye bye.